Hello, hello. It is Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know what I do here, I like to do a little art, little creativity, some challenges, just some fun stuff. So if you've been watching my previous videos for the past few weeks, you know that I've been turning the different seasons into princesses with a more formal gown and then a more peasant or casual style gown. And so I have done spring, summer, and autumn, all of those. You can check out those videos if you want. They were super fun to do. So today we are tackling, well, the only season that's left, winter. So we'll see how this one goes. I do have some ideas in mind, but let's just see how it goes. Okay, so, I have done spring, I've done summer, I've done fall, so this week we're doing winter. So this is the design that I created about 10 years ago. Some things that I really like about it, first of all, her hair, I just think it's like very elegant, very fabulous. I love the dark contrast compared to the light colors in the outfit. I love that she's got like a fur. I love how sleek it looks, and I love the like icy tones with the blues and silver grays. I think I am going to change the silhouette some, so let's look into my brainstorming. All right, so here I have my sketchbook, and like I said, I just wrote down those certain things that I like about it. But here are the winter things that I thought of. So cold weather, snow, ice and frost, like that's probably going to be like a motif in it. I think that'll be fun. Fur, velvet, wool, like tall boots. I thought of like dreary, long, bad weather, but I don't really want to go that route. That's just what I think of when I think of winter. A warm, cozy fireplace. I know there's like a lot of holiday feasting and celebrations and stuff. And then like hats and capes and earmuffs and gloves, and then like evergreen trees. I thought that might be fun to include, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna. So here are some kind of color schemes that I picked out. So I have like a deeper blue and some like more icy blues, some cool grays and some darker grays. I think I'll do like a hair color that's quite dark because like I said, I did like the contrast of that. Very pale skin, and I think I'll have sort of this pinky purple lip color. I think that'll work really well for making it look cold but still elegant, and like it all goes together. So here are like my little formal sketches. I really like the idea of having fur incorporated into the dress itself. So I was debating if she should have a cape or if her dress should have like little puffs or something like that, or it's detailing in the dress. So I came up with a few different designs that I liked. And I did try the smaller silhouette, like the sleek silhouette like of the original, but I thought it would be really fun to go in a different direction this time. And since it's winter, it's cold, you need a lot of layers, I felt like full ball gown would be more fun. So I thought I would do that this time. So this is kind of what I'm going to end up going with. And then here's the casual ones. I was coming up with a few different things. The casual, I was kind of having trouble figuring out like what I wanted exactly, because again, I wanted like cape and include the fur texture. I also thought like earmuffs would be really cute, but I didn't know if I wanted a hood instead or a hat. So I just kind of experimented, and I saw something on Pinterest that kind of had like a layered look with like tall boots, and she's wearing pants and like a little short skirt that like comes up, and I kind of like that a lot, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. So here are the formal hairstyle and casual hairstyle. I just thought for the casual, a couple of double braids with like earmuffs would be really cute. If I can, I'm going to try and make the band of the earmuffs like sparkly, but it depends on how much space that takes up. And then for the formal, I think I'm actually going to keep the original hairstyle because I really liked it. I think it looks very elegant, and I just want to do that. So here are my little thumbnails of kind of like what it's going to look like, and I'm going to add like a bunch of detailing with my white and silver gel pens. So yeah, let's get into sketching. Okay, so I have just finished my sketch, and you guys are going to see that in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! So I did decide to make her a bit more of have a more curvaceous figure. For one, because I was like, you know, it's winter, you're not working out as much, you don't care as much, you hide it under clothes and layers and all that. And also, I just thought it would be fun to draw a different body type. So here's the formal one. I think she'll turn out good when I color her, because my idea is that like this part of the dress is like velvet, and this part is velvet, and then this part has kind of like a silk underlay on the skirt, and then it has like fur detailing. I do think, because I didn't draw like all the snowflakes and stuff, so it looks a little plain right now, but I am going to add that in later, so I think that'll look good. And then here is the casual one. Like I said, I wanted a very layered look, and I think this turned out really good. She's got like a little survival pack of stuff because she's like, I can survive in winter, no problem. It doesn't bother me. But people come into my kingdom and they're idiots and get lost. So she has like things to start a fire and snacks and like a knife and just some stuff you would need. And I like the cape that kind of comes over it and kind of has an uneven bottom. I think that looks cool. I like these like lace up boots. I think they look really cool. And I'm excited about the little earmuffs. So let's get into the line work. All right, so as you guys saw, I just finished the sketch of those two. I showed those to you. And I do feel like the sketch is very simple. But as I said, I do think I'm going to add a lot of detail and things with the coloring process and the things like that, especially like adding in white and silver gel pen at the end. I think that's going to make it pop a lot. I did like the sleek silhouette that I did originally, but I wanted to do the full ball gown because, as I said, you know, it's cold, you can do a lot of layers, and I haven't done like a big ball gown yet, so I wanted to experiment with that. And also, I didn't want her silhouette to look too similar to like Elsa's because, you know, she's an ice queen and things like that, and I wanted it to look like my own design. So let us get into the line work now. So I have just finished the line work, as you guys saw. I got out several different shades of blues and grays in my colored pencils when I did that. I ended up using not as many, but I like to have like a variation. That way I can come back and, you know, add details with those. So I may add some of that in more as I'm coloring it, but I think for the line work, I think we're good. So let's get into the coloring. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous about this part because I'm trying to create like different textures and materials and effects. Like I want a glitter effect, I want velvet, I want fur, I want wool, I want leather. So like all of these things have like different textures, but I have the same supplies to color them with. So we're just gonna see how it goes. I think it's gonna go well, but let's just see. All right, everyone. So I have just finished, and are you ready for the grand reveal? In 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Here's how she turned out. I think she turned out really well. So as you can see with the more formal one, I went with like furs and velvets, and the middle is supposed to be like glittery silk with like silver detailing. I love how the colors blended together. I feel like it feels very wintry. I love the velvet texture. I do think I feel like I could have done better on the fur, but you know what? I think it's okay. I do like her hair. I like the style and everything. And I even like the color and how it complements it. However, because I layered it with blue and black, because I wanted like kind of blue highlights, I do feel like it's a little too much like the dress. I think I would have liked just more straight black with maybe like white highlights. But I'm still very happy with how it turned out. And here is the casual one. You know, she's got her cute little earmuffs and braids. She's got the fur cape with the little silver snowflake detailing. And then, you know, she's got her utility belt with all of the things that she needs. Her little lace-up boots, which I think are cute. I didn't do too much as far as like little details and things like this that I did with some of the others. But I feel like it feels very wintry. Both represent winter very well. I like them both. I can't decide which I like better because they both have their own strengths and weaknesses. And as a reminder, so this is what I started with 10 years ago. And this is what I came up with, and I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and don't forget to watch the other seasons. They're on my channel as well. So yeah. Okay, so as I said, that was my final pieces. I really like how they turned out. Thanks so much for joining me as I created this winter princess. She was so much fun to create. I don't know who is my favorite of the seasons. Like, I know my favorite season is fall, but I don't know which is my favorite creation because I love them all in their own ways. Just as a reminder, this is what I created today. So here is the formal, get a couple little close-ups. All those details. I really like how the texture of this dress turned out. I think it turned out really well. I thought it was fun to experiment with some different like materials and things like that. And here's the casual. I like how they both have a very like wintry feel, but they still feel like they have warm personalities. So I really liked creating these. I really liked having fun with all these seasons. You can watch my other videos on my channel of the other seasons if you want to see those. Let me know which has been your favorite princess so far. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!